Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are joining me from today. All right, we're live on YouTube and also live on Instagram. Okay, we're going to get started right away. Thank you for being here today. So, I'm going to be having this conversation and is going to be a life-changing one this evening. But first of all, I just want to also check in with you to know how your your season is going. How is everything going this season? I hope you are doing awesome. Well done. Well done. Thank you very much for joining me. All right. So let's just quickly get into our conversation today because I only have like 30 minutes to have this session. We're live right now on YouTube and also live on Instagram. So, wherever you are joining me from, my focus today is the truth about a new year. The truth about a new year. I want to focus on how to have a truly great 2026. So I am focusing on YouTube. So if you are watching me on YouTube, of course, I'm looking at the YouTube camera. I'm using two gadgets here right now. So we have two computers here. So I'm focusing on the YouTube camera. And that is for anyone that is live with us on YouTube, on Instagram right now. So let's quickly look into this important topic because we are almost in the new year, right? 2026 is just right here. In the next few hours, we are going to start greeting ourselves Happy New Year. But most importantly, I think it is very crucial for me to share this. I've been in several gatherings in the last 2 weeks. I've been having several conversations with leaders in ministry, in business, and in politics, having conversations around how to truly have a great 2026. So I would love to share some of the things I discussed with them and some of the thoughts that I've been sharing with leaders so that we can all have a great 2026. We thank God for life. We thank God for living. We thank God for God's purpose. And I really want to appreciate God for strength, for everything, and especially for our families. We thank God for that. So let's just quickly look into this. And I think it is important for me to make this first statement. A new year does not automatically produce progress, peace, and fulfillment. I want to repeat that. A new year does not automatically produce peace, fulfillment, and progress. See, those outcomes, peace, progress, and fulfillment, they are outcomes. Those outcomes are designed, they are not assumed. You don't assume peace, you don't assume progress, you don't assume fulfillment, you design it. A new year brings time, okay? It brings time. Now you have another opportunity to be within an allotted time for you to experience those outcomes, fulfillment, peace, and progress. So, what you carry into that time determines the results because the result will not produce itself. What you carry into that time that you have in 2026 is going to determine the results that you are going to get in 2026. Because a year does not fix confusion. A new year does not fix confusion. If you are a confused person right now, a new year won't fix it. If you are frustrated right now, a new year won't fix it. Okay? You don't hope into a new year. Okay? Okay. I'm going to talk about what we need to do to get into the new year, to really make a new year truly a great year. And everything I'm sharing with you now are things that I've been sharing with leaders. These are things that I have applied myself. These are things that I apply every year. And I've worked on all of this before this hour. And of course, also discuss all of this with all our teams globally. And that is why I decided to come live today, 30th of December, because you have one more day to go. You still have one more day to go. You can use that one day judiciously. You can invest into that one day and make that one day a great day in order to start having a great year in 2026. And I want to use this time to let you know that there are reasons why most people repeat the same year. Let me repeat that. There are reasons why most people repeat the same year. Many people are going to repeat 2025 next year. Many people, they are going to repeat 2025 next year. And I'm going to tell you why that is going to happen. Because they are going to repeat their common mistakes next year. They are going to repeat the same errors next year. There was a time I was having a conversation with a leader who told me that he has 25 years of experience. In fact, there was another one that told me that he had 15 years of experience in doing something. And when I continued to ask questions, I realized that he only did it for 2 years. 2 years. And then he continued to repeat the same error for 15 years. So with 13 years of error, he added it together and said, today I have 15 years of experience. Foolishness does not have location. You can be anywhere in the world and still be acting foolish. You can be in Canada, be in the United States, be in Australia, be in Africa, wherever you are. Foolishness does not have location. Many people are going to take the same foolishness that they experienced this year into the next year. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because many people are going to repeat the same errors, the same mistake next year. And I don't want you to be part of those people, because excitement without clarity will not create a great year. Activities without direction will not create a great year. Prayer without structure will not create a great year. Please listen to this. See, emotions fade, structures remain. Emotions fade, structures remain. You don't decide to get into the new year. You don't decide to experience a great year by emotions. If nothing changes internally, nothing is going to change externally, because you need to first have internal transformation before you can experience external transformation. Everything starts first within before you can experience it without. So I just want to have a chat with you. I just want to have some, cool conversations with you about how you can truly have a great year in 2026. Here is the thing. Let me quickly share this with you, how years actually work. How years actually work. There are fundamental principles, there are fundamental strategies that everyone who wants to truly have a great year next year must understand. Years respond to wisdom, not wishes. Please, if you're watching me live, or if you are watching this video, after the live session, I want to challenge you that you should write that down. Make it plain. All right. Document it wherever you can see it. Your new year will not respond to wishes, it's going to respond to wisdom. Why? Because seasons shift with perspective, not noise. Okay? Not noise. Destiny favors positioning, not intentions. Destiny favors positioning, not intentions. Because when you understand that decisions change, direction changes, outcomes flow, the moment you understand those three principles, that decisions change, direction changes, and outcomes flow and follow, the moment you understand that outcomes follow direction, outcomes follow decision, then you will know that you can't just sit down and just be wishing. No, you need to be ready to apply principles and follow strategies that work the way years really work. See, God often changes the person before changing the season. Let me repeat that. God often changes the person before he changes the season. So before God will change the season, God will first change the person. God focuses on you. God wants you to become a new person before you can start experiencing a new year. See, you can't experience a truly great year if you are not truly great within. If you are not new within, how do you want to experience a new year? See, the new year that is coming is a new cup entirely. Okay, new cup, new container entirely. What are you going to pour into that new cup entirely? Okay, are you going to pour the old wine into the new cup? No. Your responsibility is to make sure that the new container that you're about to get into experiences new wine. And that is the new you. That is the new you. So, what is the foundation of you experiencing a great 2026? The foundation is clarity. And clarity does not happen by accident, it is designed. Clarity does not happen by accident, it is designed. You have to be intentional in designing your life. You have to be intentional in designing 2026. And you don't rehearse on the stage, you rehearse before you get to the stage. Have you ever seen a choir in a church? Well, let me say, not just the choir group. I'm talking about excellent, choir, excellent, great choir. Okay, because we have average ones, right? Great choir. Have you ever seen a great choir before that get on the stage and then start rehearsing? No. You don't rehearse on the stage. You rehearse before you get to the stage. You practice. You start getting yourself into that stage before you get to the stage. You have to see the stage before you get to the stage. You have to think the stage, think possibility before you get to the stage. Seeing yourself performing before you get to the stage. What have you seen about 2026? You have to design. See, design the foundation. And the foundation is clarity. Until you are clear about what 2026 holds, you are not ready yet. So instead of you jumping around, I will encourage you that you should just keep yourself tomorrow and sit down. Because before speed, you need clarity. Don't jump into speed. First, think about clarity. Clarity is the most important thing that you need before speed. Why am I saying that? Who must I become in 2026? That's the number one question you need to ask yourself as you sit. Just sit and have this meeting with yourself. If you need to have it as a family, have it as a family. Have it with your spouse, have it with your children, have it with your loved ones. Most importantly, yourself. What must I become for 2026 to work? What must I become? See, the most important word there is becoming. What must I become for 2026 to work? Many people are focusing on activities now, what they are going to do, right? I'm going to do A, I'm going to do B, I'm going to do C. Yeah, I get it. You know what? You will start doing it, but you won't be consistent. And that is why most New Year resolutions actually fade away in less than 30 days. It's been researched. Well, I'm not here to talk about New Year resolution for now. But you know what? It happens because you need to first think about what must I become for 2026 to work. You have to think about you becoming someone who can actually experience a great 2026. What must stop before progress starts? You need to think about what do I need to stop before progress starts. 2026 is another level of progress for you. So, what must stop? What are the things you must stop? Then, what cannot follow me into the new year? You need to be clear about what are the things that cannot follow you into the new year. Some things must be dropped. Some things must be started, and some things must also be paused. Why am I giving you this foundational principle? Because a confused foundation produces unstable results. Remember, the results that I'm talking about today: peace, fulfillment, and progress. Because you want to clearly experience these three results in 2026. You want to experience peace, you want to experience fulfillment, and you want to experience progress in 2026. For you to experience peace, progress, and fulfillment, you need to clearly understand that a confused foundation produces unstable results. A confused foundation produces unstable results. And for you to experience stable results, you need to clearly understand how to design the year. Number one, clarity. Number one, alignment. Alignment means you are ready to design the direction. So you have designed the foundation, you have clarity. You've answered those three questions I asked. Okay. Then the next phase is you have to design the direction. What is going to be my direction? How can I align for me to experience the result, to experience progress, to experience fulfillment, to experience progress? What do I do to align? Because direction means your life agrees with itself. It means your life agrees with itself. Many people are not aligned. So, three questions I want to give you. Number one, what truly matters this year, 2026? What truly matters? Some things are urgent and they are not necessary anymore in your life. You prioritize them as urgent in 2025, but you eventually you've realized that these things are urgent, but they are not necessary. Some things are necessary, but they are not urgent anymore. Some things are important, but not necessary. They look important, but they are not necessary. Some things are necessary, but they are not really important. So you see, you need to understand how to categorize and to prioritize your life. Number two, what gets my best energy? Because everything is energy. Everything is energy. Where your focus goes, there your energy flows. Everything is energy. Life is all about energy. Life is all about energy. Where your focus goes, there your energy flows. So, what do you want to focus on in 2026? What do you want to focus on? What kind of pattern do you want to create in 2026? You need to start thinking about this. Number three question is what must be reduced or eliminated completely? You put them in that category: not urgent, not necessary, not important. What are the things you put in that category? Things you must reduce or things you must eliminate it completely, things you have to delete. And this could even be people, unfortunately. Okay? Because your relationship will determine how far you go. Your relationship will determine how far you go. It will determine how far you go. Your environment will determine how far you go. Your environment will determine how far you go. Recently, my wife was preparing dough, and she prepared the flour. She put the flour in an environment, and the flour did not rise. So after a while, she was worried, like, why the flour did not rise. So she repositioned the flour bucket and put it somewhere else. And after an hour, she checked, and there was a rise. Okay, everything changed. And I asked her, what changed? What happened? She said, oh, the new environment was better heated compared to the previous environment. I said, oh, I see. Change of environment. Eat, because now the flour was positioned in the right environment. That was exactly what happened. The flour had the potential to rise, but the flour was placed in the wrong environment. But the moment the same flour was put in the right environment, everything changed. The result changed. That's exactly what I'm talking about the power of association, the power of the right environment. You have the potential to become, you have the potential to do great stuff in 2026, but if you are not rightly positioned, then you will struggle. So your calendar should reflect your priorities. Your calendar should reflect your priorities. Some things should not be important in your life anymore. You should put them aside. And number 3, interruption. Number 1, clarity. Number 2, you have to think about alignment. And number 3, interruption. What does that mean? It means you have to design the patterns. I love to teach patterns. I teach patterns at all levels. I teach patterns at the executive level. I teach patterns at a personal leadership level, because it's the same principle. It works at all levels. You have to think pattern discovery, pattern usage, and pattern creation. Now, let me explain what I just said, because you need to design the patterns that will make your new year, a great year. Every year exposes patterns. Every year exposes patterns. It exposes thinking patterns, number 1. It exposes habit patterns, number 2. And it exposes leadership patterns. Thinking patterns, habit patterns, and leadership patterns. I want you to review those 3 levels, those 3 types of patterns: your thinking patterns, your habit patterns, and your leadership patterns. See, patterns repeated become lifestyles. Patterns repeated become lifestyles. Have you ever met people before who would say, this is just who I am? Because they have created a pattern. Some people are struggling today and they have just accepted it. This is just who I am. Because they have accepted average patterns. Now, see, your environment, the moment you are in a community or an environment of people who can challenge your average patterns, your thinking will change. And the moment your thinking changes, your habits will change. And the moment your habits change completely, your leadership has evolved. So my focus is for you to get evolved. You need to evolve in your leadership. You need to evolve. So if you do not interrupt your current patterns, the patterns that are not working right now, okay, time will reinforce them. If you do not interrupt them by being intentional, by intentionally interrupting them, by reviewing them and looking for ways to adapt as needed, life itself will reinforce them. I remember a story of a man who smoked for 21 years. The wife encouraged him to stop smoking for 21 years. So he went to see the doctor. And then, because, he was just feeling some pains in his chest. And when he got to the doctor, he chatted with the doctor about the issue. And the doctor was like, oh, sir, we discovered that you are growing, something is growing in your lungs, and according to your record, you smoke. He said yes. Can you stop smoking? He said, why? Why? He asked the doctor, and the doctor said, actually, if you don't stop smoking, this thing we are seeing in your lungs is going to continue to grow, and this may likely lead to lung cancer. When he heard lung cancer, he said, Doctor, when do you want me to stop? And the doctor said, as soon as possible. He said, I'm stopping immediately. Can you believe that? Can you just believe that? I mean, this is a real life story because the woman shared that story. And when he got home, he told the wife, he said, this is what the doctor said. And he began to apologize. He said, I'm so sorry. You've told me for years, but I'm ready to stop now. Here's my question. Why do we have to wait until that kind of moment when we know it is now between life and death? Why do we have to wait until life reinforces the change? Why do we have to wait until life forces you to change? Why can't you just make that decision and change anyways, so that your life can change, so that your situation can change? The moment you change your thinking, your life will start positioning towards that thinking, because your habit will be formed through your thinking and your leadership will be formed through your habit. So a new year rewards new structure. So structure your life, design how you want to interrupt old patterns with new thinking, with new habits, and then new level of leadership. So a new reward, a life will reward you according to the structure that you have created, not old cycles. And that is very imperative. Okay. And lastly, this is where we're going to stop today. Don't forget these 4 important levels. Number 1, clarity. Number 2, alignment. Number 3, interruption, because you need to interrupt the old patterns. Okay. Number 4, scalability. See, you have to get into the level of leadership before you can scale it. You cannot scale something you have not started. So the moment you have clarity and then you align your life, okay, for the new year, and then you interrupt the old patterns to create new patterns for your life by creating new thinking, new habits, and new level of leadership, then you are ready to scale yourself and become someone better. And that could be in your spiritual life, it could be in your mental health, it could be in your emotional strength, it could be in your leadership capacity. Whatever it is, or your financial strength, whatever it is, you need to first learn how to think wealthy before you create the wealthy habit. Okay, because see, everyone that you see that is wealthy today, or anyone that you see that is leading in one way or the other today, the way the way they've patterned their lives are completely different. Now, I'm not talking about people who are getting it, you know, um, you know, you know, um, I'm trying to choose my words so that I don't just, say some things, because sometimes I get angry, especially with people who just lord it over people, people who cheat others to get what they want. So finally, design the leadership posture. That is how to scale your life, scale your wealth, scale your thinking, scale your habits, scale your leadership capacity. Because 2026 is not just about a good year. 2026 is not just about a good year. 2026 is about becoming a scalable leader's prototype. How can you become a scalable leader prototype? How can you become one? You can become wealthier, right? You can increase your leadership capacity. You can increase your level of clarity. You can increase how you see things, your reasoning of possibilities. You can create new relationships with people who are ahead of you. You can be intentional by positioning yourself in new environments that can challenge your thinking, your habits, and your leadership. Those are the 3 levels of patterns that you need to challenge in 2026. So I want you to ask yourself, as I end this live session, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions, 3 important questions. You need to ask yourself, are you ready for these 3 questions? If you are not ready for these 3 questions, and in fact, if you don't have answers to these 3 questions, that means you are not ready for the new year. And then maybe you should just stop shouting about 2026 is coming. Are you ready for it? Okay, ask yourself, can my life be followed? Can your life be followed? Imagine today is 2026, December 30th, 2026. Okay, I want you to think ahead. 2026, December 30th. I want you to ask yourself today, do you have a plan to answer this question, to say yes to these questions? Number 1, can my life be followed? Can you say yes to that? Do you have a plan from now till then for you to create a life that can be followed? Are people following you because they have to, not because they want to? Number 2, can my structure be multiplied? Do you have a structure around your life, around your team, around your business? Can they be followed? Can your structure be followed? If it cannot be followed, then you are not ready for the new year. And I want you to think, today is 2026, 30th of December. And I want you to think about this. Can you say yes to this? Can I grow without burning out, whether as an individual, as a leader, or as an executive? When I asked some executives these questions 2 days ago in a mastermind class, we had some fantastic conversations. Let me tell you something. Some of the things they talk about, they were very much shocking. Because many people are burning out. Many leaders are burning out today. Why? Because many of them are not ready. I want you to be ready. I want you to be ready. I want you to be ready for the new year. See, a truly great year is built with understanding, aligned by wisdom, and sustained by structure. Let me repeat that. A truly great year is built with understanding. Okay, let me look at anyone that is, okay, for those who are watching me on YouTube right now, let me say this to you. Okay, a truly great year is built with understanding, aligned by wisdom, and sustained by structure. Okay, you can't sustain it if you don't have the structure in place. So do not drift into 2026. I want to challenge you to design it. Do not drift into 2026. I challenge you to design it. As you pray, design it. As you pray, think clarity. Pray for clarity. As you pray, pray for that interruption that will interrupt your thinking, interrupt your habits, and interrupt your leadership level so that you can move to your next level. You don't just wish into 2026. You design to be in 2026. You design 2026. You don't wish into it. Life does not respond to your wishes. It responds to your design. So are you ready? And have you designed it? Final encouragement. If you haven't, you have one more day to do that. And I challenge you that you should do that. Do that today, and your life will completely be transformed. Just imagine yourself being in 2026, 30th of December. Imagine what that day will be for you. Imagine that day today. I want you to write it down. Write it down today. 2026, December 30th. Write exactly what you would like to see. Write it down today. Make it plain. Write that letter to yourself. Make it clear. What do you want that day to be right now? Write it today. You have one more day to do this. Write this today. Do not allow this year to go without writing it. Write it and read it to yourself again and again. Read it at least 10 times to yourself. Read the letter you write by yourself to yourself. Do not type the letter. Write the letter with a pen and write it down yourself and read it to yourself and see what is going to happen to you in the next 48 hours. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Thank you for joining me. Share this with someone somewhere that is you know uh, change your life today. Share this with somebody somewhere. Thank you, and God bless you. And I wish you a great 2026. Happy New Year in advance. And bye for now. See you next year.